Hey, all you Golden Eagles, you're listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. I'm your Tuesday, Thursday show host, Skylar Angus Barker. We've got a great show coming up with some information about Oliver Keegans moving in with their uncle after losing their parents, and Stephanie Perez Munoz talking about active shooters. But don't touch that dial because Sam Romeo will share some things that you don't want to miss. You're listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
You may not realize how important 3 letters can be. For a patient who needs type A, B, or O blood, these letters can mean life, but there simply aren't enough people giving blood. Without more donors, hospitals may not have the blood needed to save lives. That's why the American Red Cross needs people to help restore the A's, B's, and O's that are depleting each day. You are the missing type patients need. Visit redcrossblood.org/missing types or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to make your donation appointment today.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. In USM campus news, Southern Miss begins construction on state-of-the-art oyster hatchery. That's right. USM is beginning to construct a new oyster hatchery in hopes to alleviate the decline in oyster harvests along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. The hatchery will be located at USM's Gulf Coast Research Laboratory, Thad Cochran Marine Aquaculture Center, Cedar Point campus in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Dr. Reginald Blaylock, the director of the center, has this to say. We are excited to finally have this project underway. We thank MDEQ and the state of their commitment to this project and for seeing it through the long path it's taken. We are confident that the research done in this new hatchery will expand opportunities in the oyster industry for both public and private stakeholders. Southern Miss selected as one of the nation's most transfer-friendly universities for 8th consecutive year. Southern Miss has the honor of receiving the recognition as one of the most transfer-friendly universities in the nation, which has earned a spot on Phi Theta Kappa's 2025 Transfer Honor Roll. Dr. Lynn Pincher Ladner, president and CEO of Phi Theta Kappa, has this to say. I'm proud of the transfers outcomes as we're seeing at these honor roll colleges. These colleges are doing more than just opening doors. They're walking students through them. Their commitment to creating clear, supportive pathways demonstrates what's possible when student success is truly the priority. In Hattiesburg news, City of Petal issues boil water notice due to the water main break. Around 8:22 a.m. on August 25th, which is yesterday, the City of Petal has issued a boil water notice because of the water main break. Residents near North George Street and Jackson Avenue, for anyone who doesn't know, it's recommended to boil any water used for drinking or cooking for at least 1 minute before using it. Also in Hattiesburg news, California man killed in semi-truck crash in Greene County. It is with a heavy heart to report that the 25-year-old Ashish man of Fresno, California, who was driving a 2018 Freightliner semi-truck, has died. The crash occurred west on Highway 98 when the semi-truck left the roadway and collided with a tree. Rest in peace, Ashish man. In Mississippi news, comedian Reggie Carroll killed in Mississippi shooting. On Wednesday, in South Haven, Mississippi, the police responded to a shooting, discovering the comedian Reggie Carroll dying from gunshot wounds. Medical personnel attempted life-saving measures, but Carroll died from his injuries. Club Mobtown comedy paid tribute to Carol in an Instagram post stating the following: "Rest in power, Reggie Carroll. Thank you for being one of the OGs who supported us early on. The Mobtown family and the Baltimore comedy community are very saddened by this loss of one of our city's great talents. Sending our prayers to Reggie's family."
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy
All right,
Beverages.
son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this in school.
Oh, did you now? Okay. What's first?
Smokey Bear said to.
First drown it with a bucket of water, then stir it with a shovel.
Wow. You sound just like him.
Then he said.
If it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com with other wildfire prevention tips, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr.
Yeah, I
Sippy
can do it
Beverages
in-
provides
during
water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. We're going to finish up some national news that we missed. We had some technical difficulties. No worries about it. Just some minor hiccups. So in national news, Trump vows to go after Biden's advisors. On Monday, President Donald Trump said he would target former President Joe Biden's circle, referring those individuals as evil people. In a statement, he said the following: "There were some brilliant people, but they're evil people, and they're going to be brought down. They have to be brought down because they really hurt our country." During the same remarks at the Oval Office, Trump claimed the following: "It has been many years since D.C. went a week without a murder." Publicly available crime data from the Metropolitan Police Department, however, indicate that D.C. went 16 days without a murder earlier this year, from February 25th to March 12th. Now on to your regular scheduled program with some sports. Standout senior Moody named to receive Community Impact Award. We would like to give a big shout out to senior outfielder Madeline Moody, who has been named to be the All-Sun Belt Community Service Team. These student athletes must serve with nonprofit organizations or have a clearly beneficial impact on the community to be eligible. Congratulations, Madeline Moody. Southern Miss shows fight in narrow defeat to Ole Miss. Our Golden Eagles soccer team has unfortunately lost 1-0 to Ole Miss in its home opener on Sunday afternoon. The only goal of the match came in the 49th minute. The Golden Eagles fought hard to win, with several shots seeming to threaten Ole Miss. It was a close fight, and our Golden Eagles learned a lot. Next time, Eagles. To keep up with all the Golden Eagles sports activities, head on over to southernmiss.com. Now on for your weather. It looks like today will be a pretty nice day today, with mostly sunny skies, with highs in the lower 90s and the lows in the mid to upper 60s. It looks like there's going to be some clear skies tonight, so maybe get a chance to enjoy the nightlife if you're able to. I know it's a Tuesday, but hey, you gotta have some fun sometimes, especially during a tough second week of classes. Up next, we have Oliver Keegan talking about how he moved in with Uncle after losing parents. Check it out.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. Gulfport native Arabelle Kagans lost her parents at a young age and went to live with her uncle's family. She recalls getting up each morning at 5 a.m. to wash clothes in a cast iron pot before walking to school.
My mother passed when I was about 2 or 3 years old. Well, my father passed a little later on. So I ended up in Gulfport with an uncle that had 5 children already, and they were all small children. But I became a part of that family. Well, I had chores to do in the morning, like washing. We didn't have washing machines at that time. And we had a big iron pot that we had to boil our clothes in. So that was part of my responsibility in that house, was to help wash, iron, cook, whatever I could do. I had to do my chores before I went to school. We had a very strict principal that would not let you come in late, but I would get up in the morning around 5 o'clock, wash the clothes that I had to wash and put them on the line, and then go to school.
To learn more, subscribe to the Mississippi Moments podcast or visit cohch.org. Mississippi Moments is supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. The humanities are for everyone.
Coming up, we've got a special guest that you don't want to miss.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Look through your children's eyes to see the true magic of a forest. It's a storybook world for them. You look and see a tree. They see the wrinkled face of a wizard with arms outstretched to the sky. They see treasure in pebbles. They see a windy path that could lead to adventure. And they see you, their fearless guide through this fascinating world.
Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Now, please give a warm Golden Eagle welcome to Sam Romeo. Hey, how are you?
Living the dream. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad that you're living the dream. There's such great positivity right at the beginning. It's absolutely amazing. So first and foremost, for anyone who doesn't know you, can you tell us about yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Sam Romeo. I am currently a multimedia journalism major. I'm a senior at Southern Miss. I'm from New Jersey. I moved to Houston about 6 years ago, and then from there, I chose Southern Miss. I love helping people, and I love being outdoors.
Wow. That's exciting. And you mentioned that you are a student here at USM. What's your classification? Are you like a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior?
I'm a senior.
Wow. How do you feel?
It feels weird. It literally flew by in a blink.
Okay. And how do you feel about your first week of class? How did you feel about your first week classes, especially being a senior?
Very excited, but at the same time, a little bit stressed. I feel like this is the hardest year so far, and I am unsure where it's going to take me, but I am excited to see where I go.
Right. And how would you compare your previous years at USM, or did you transfer here?
No, I've been at USM all 4 years.
Okay.
I would compare them as easy, light, and or just like building me up to this hard year. I felt like each year got a little bit more difficult, but this, unreal.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you have any worries about this semester regarding your classes and education?
I'm just worried about balancing all of my time with school and work and studying.
Yeah.
I recently got another job.
Okay.
So I'm trying to fit that into my schedule correctly and make sure I do good on that, but who knows?
Yeah. No, I get you. It's like being a student here at USM, it has like so many upsides and it has so many benefits, but like it can be so scary trying to juggle, especially like a lot of reading that's required for USM students. Because like some students, it's like, it's an easy thing for them to do, but for other students, they need something to like listen to help get them like into that like mindset. And it can be like a hard place to like juggle in. It could be a hard thing to comprehend, and it's like a cold splash for some people. But I do know and understand that you're a show host for Southern Miss Today on Monday and Wednesdays. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, I just started this position this semester. Last semester, I worked as a producer, and that gave me an insight of what really happens at WUSM.
Yeah.
And after seeing that, I fell in love with the host, his passion, his drive. Like, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen, and I want nothing more than to do that or to be just as good as that.
Yeah, absolutely. And like whenever it comes, whenever like you started being a host for this like year, did you have any like nerves coming in?
Absolutely. I scared, stressed. I had a show yesterday and didn't even make it to YouTube because I messed up. But that's okay because I am going to try harder tomorrow. I am going to try again. I'm not giving up. I want it. So I'm gonna get it.
And having that passion, having that drive, especially like when you like set it like either on paper or set in your mind that like you want something, it is very hard not to succeed with that mindset because you're just gonna make it. And like knowing you as a person and knowing the work that you've done before, you're gonna ace this. You're gonna slam it out of the water. You're gonna do fantastic. I know that you are.
Thank you so much.
So do you have a favorite thing working at WSM or SM2 in general?
I love meeting new people, learning new things, and just getting experience in just about everything. I only worked solely on the producer side last semester, but I got to get exposure to all the different things that there are. And I feel like I'm just learning more and more, and it's just growing my skills and assets. And I think starting in here is the only reason I got my summer internship at the magazine.
Wow.
And then I think from that, it helped me also get my social media position for this nonprofit.
Wow.
And I just think the fact that we have a newsroom that we can allow students to go in to work for is such a good asset to be used.
Absolutely. And like, what for the things that you've carried as a producer, especially with like your nonprofit and the work that you were doing with the magazine, what skills did you use to like enter these positions?
I used basically everything I knew. My people skills, my adaptability, like learning as I go, trying new things, not being scared to not know what you're doing, but to ask for help and to seek out advice from other people. Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah, 100%. And just to understand like how your future like might potentially look, especially with the work that you're doing here on WSM, how you were as a producer and now how's your show host, the stuff that you're doing at the nonprofit and the magazine. If you know, what do you hope to do once you graduate?
All I want is my own podcast, and it's going to be called Everybody Loves Sam. And I
love that.
Thank you. I just want to talk about my life and all the things I learned. Like the first thing, my episode 1 is going to be not everyone's going to listen to you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's actually a blessing. You don't need people to listen to you. The people that want to will, and the people that don't won't. That's my dream. That's my goal. That's my passion. I'm currently working on that. My goal is to start recording 1 episode a week and start posting it. I have everything set up. Just have to start posting and editing and putting it out there. Yeah. But I don't think that's going to make me the money that I need to survive. So I want to be a news reporter. I want to write stories. I want to do anything in the news.
Yeah.
As like my career, and then I will have my own side quest.
Yeah, absolutely. And are there any like social media that you already like made for this podcast that you can promote?
I haven't created any social media yet. I just made my Spotify account. I made my clip art and all that stuff. I don't want to start promoting it until I have the stuff, just because I'm trying to build it up and then there's nothing there.
I gotcha. I can feel that. And what are some potential topics that you would talk about? Would you talk about your time here at USM? Would you talk about, like, what would you talk about?
I want to talk about just about everything, but it's specifically, like, each episode is going to be a different lesson I learned, and I want to share maybe how, like, I learned that lesson, like what had to happen for me to realize that this is something I need to know and I need to continue to apply. Yeah. And I feel like the amount of lessons that I have and I want to talk about, there are so many different experiences that I can refer to and use.
Yeah, absolutely. And just as a minor thing, but like might be beneficial for your podcast, what can WSM and SM2 do to help you succeed?
Just give me experience. Yeah. I wanted to be a host because I want more practice speaking on air and being comfortable with just talking. Yeah. And also like the audio and the visual, I feel like that's giving me experience on how to use these things and how to use them to my advantage and whatnot.
Okay. And with this podcast, are you going to potentially have like any guests to also like contribute?
Absolutely. I would love to bring people on as it progresses, but in the beginning, I'm just focusing on creating my own podcast.
Yeah.
But I talked to my friend. I would love for her and I to create our own podcast of like hypothetical situations, but you have to figure out whether they're real or not.
Ooh.
So I feel like that would be because the stuff I've done, I think, is pretty out there. And I feel like it would just be fun to share stories and have people like be engaged and like, did this happen?
Yeah.
And like, you'll never know.
Yeah. I love that. Can you give, like, if you just know at the top of your head, can you give us like any potential like examples?
I can't think of anything exactly, but I know that there's just been, like, for example, my first ever Southern Miss home game, somehow I ended up, like, right, like, in the main section, like, right on the field. And,
Oh,
like,
wow.
and I did that. I don't even know how.
Yeah.
I think just, like, crazy for the plot. Obviously, that is not as crazy as I want to talk about. I feel like
Yeah,
that's, like,
yeah.
light and airy.
Yeah.
But just, like, for the plot things, like, is this real?
Yeah.
I just feel like it would be fun and engaging.
Absolutely. And did you have like any inspirations when you thought about like having a podcast, or was this just something that like you looked at and you went like, I just got to do it?
For my entire life, I've always wanted to be heard. And I feel like I used to fight to be heard from other people. And I realized that like people are going to hear you if they want to or not. So I want to create my own space where I can be heard and people can pick and choose. Like you don't have to listen to me, but if you want to, it's there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you already have like a lot of like inspirational things that you like mentioned about like having that passion and having that drive to be able to like, if you really like have something that you want, you got to work to get it, but like it's absolutely doable.
Yes,
and
sir.
it's absolutely like you can succeed in it. Do you have any advice or any like type of words that you would want to give to our listeners if they're like teetering on the fence with a passion that they have, or if they're like afraid to like do something but put themselves out there? Do you have any advice for them?
Yes. Don't give up. Just because you failed, don't give up. And I mean this in every single way. Like no matter how bad you think you could have messed up, failed, don't give up. You were that close to doing everything you wanted, but it's the people that second guess themselves. Allow that inner voice to overcome yourself. No one is worried about you as much as you're worried about yourself, and no one cares about you as much as you care about yourself. So the only thing you can do is focus on yourself, make yourself happy, and make sure what you're doing aligns with what you want. If you're not doing what you want, then why are you doing it?
Yeah.
What is your why?
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. What perfect words to end on. So thank you so much, Sam Romeo, for coming on today and providing a voice for our Eagles.
Thank you.
So everyone, just so you know, make sure to support Sam Romeo on the Monday and Wednesday shows for Southern Miss Today, and also whenever that podcast comes out, like make sure to like check that out because that'll be really exciting. Coming up, we got Stephanie Perez Munoz reporting active shooters. Check it out.
Active shootings in America have been an issue for years. Students are expressing how they think USM is prepared. Sophomore Kennedy Marshall believes that USM is equipped to handle an active shooting.
I feel like USM is prepared because if you go on campus, the camp police is pretty, they're pretty vigilant.
On the other hand, senior Gabby King does not feel that USM is prepared for an active shooting.
Personally, no, just because of Hattiesburg in general. I feel like most shootings that have happened aren't handled efficiently because they keep happening repetitively over and over again.
Although students had mixed emotions about USM's active shooter procedures, Chief of Police Rusty Keys assures that USM is prepared.
First thing to know is that no active shooter situation is the same. There's the unknowns, things you cannot factor in, but to overall plan and prepare for situations such as an active shooter, UPD, the University of Southern Mississippi, is very prepared.
University Police had their annual active shooter training this month. Chief Keys explains why training with local authorities is important.
We train together so we all do the same thing at the same time. We know how to respond. We know what kind of teams we got to put together to respond to the situation and what kind of building and how to communicate. We talk the same language. So that's why we train, and that training is very successful. We've been doing it for years.
Students can visit usm.edu/police for more information such as an active shooter training video. I'm Stephanie Perez Munoz with SMTV.
Thanks for listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Huge thanks to Cardell Whiting, our audio engineer, and Daniel Page, our video engineer, for keeping this bird flying. Big shout out to our assistant producer, Rosale Monti, and our program director, Adeline Fields, and our GM, Dr. Wilbur Martin. Don't forget to follow SM2 Media on social media. I'm your Tuesday, Thursday show host, Skylar Angus Barker. Stay golden, Eagles.
Sponsorship comes from Southern Beverage, your local Michelob Ultra distributor. Michelob Ultra has significantly fewer carbs and calories per serving if you are watching those in your diet. You can reach Southern Beverage by phone at 601-268-9111, or you can find them on the internet at southernbeverage.com. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri, and Southern Beverage ask you to please drink responsibly. Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277, and the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest.